Welcome back folks to Angler Carl, and in this video today I am going to give you lot a bit of a tutorial on how to clip up. I did a video a little while back about does clipping up help you catch more fish, and a lot of the time I think it does. I think it definitely helps you catch more fish. So I am at Holcroft today on the Croft Pond, and I've got some reeds just in front of me, and I'm going to give you some top tips on how to get to these reeds, because sometimes when you're clipping up it gives you the confidence, as I mentioned before, but there's some top tips that I'm gonna sort of get into. If you do enjoy this video and it does help you out in any way, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's free of charge and doesn't cost you a single penny. Also leave a like on this and post your comments down below what tutorials you want me to do next, and I'll do my best to get them done. So without further ado, let's give you top tip number one. Now Holcroft has some really big carp in here, and sometimes when clipping up it can be a little bit daunting, because if you get a bite off a big fish such as a carp, you will be in trouble, because there's a good chance it could snap your clip. It could just end in disaster. What I would always do is try and have a good knowledge of what's in the lake, and if there's massive fish in, sometimes it's just not worth it. It's worth just practicing your casting and getting better at that rather than using a clip. However, if there's smallish carp in and there's, you know, it's not too bad if you're fishing for bream, roach, what have you, then a clip will come in very handy. For silverfish fishing, you can't beat using a clip. That will be absolutely brilliant, because you can have the confidence that it's not going to get ripped off onto the clip. However, if you do end up getting, like, if a big carp does end up getting hold of it, just quickly take your line off your clip as soon as possible. It can be done and you can do it. My next tip is always make sure that your hook length is off the feeder. Now the reason why we do this and the reason why it's important is because when you are casting and trying to get to the clip, you don't want to go getting your hook snagged in something, because then you'll have a break off or what have you. Whereas if you get the feeder, maybe if you overshoot it too much, there's a good chance you can get it back. I would always recommend going short of your target. That's what I always would recommend doing, and then you can always pay off some more line and get it closer that way. So what I'm going to do is come back, and I'm just going to try and go as close as I can. So for that one, I can think, right, I'm going to let off a lot more line on the and then I'm just going to put my clip straight on. I would always recommend trying to get it as close as you can, because you don't want to make too much disturbance. It's not a big thing. So come back, down. Right, so we're way off there. So we can go a little bit more than that, and then I think that should be good. Yeah, see that? Right near them reeds. And as well, I find with a clip is that you can get that nice little plop sound, and it is just really nice, you know. So once again, out, come back, hit the clip, down, and there you go. Once again, we're in that exact same spot right near the reeds. We're fishing well, and then as you sink your line, do a few turns to put a nice bend in the rod, and that way then you'll be fishing effectively and you'll be fishing well. Also, like I said, it just gives you that leeway. By turning it a little bit, it gives you that leeway. I am dead confident now that I can cast to that same distance every time. The only thing, like I said, that is a bit daunting is if you do miss a cast a little bit, it doesn't matter, because your bait will always be in and amongst that area, and that is the important thing, that your bait gets around there. So just to go over it again, always clip up from the same spot. For example, don't go clipping up on the bank and then sitting down on your chair, because the distance will be different. The next thing, always try to get as close as you can, but without getting snagged up before you clip up, because then you've got kind of less casting to do. And another thing as well, when you do come short, pay off a little bit of line. Then you can come forward, come back, hit the clip nicely, and there you go. You're in that same spot every time. I know I'm fishing to them reeds all the time. Put it on to sink the line and then do a few turns as you sink that line, and that way then that is your safety cushion. I normally aim for about 5 turns, but it can just vary. So I hope that helped you learn a bit more about clipping up, because it can be a very useful tip, as I said in the previous video, and it can give you a lot of help and a lot of confidence when it comes to casting to features and different things like that. Get that hook length off, just take the hook length off straight away, don't mess about, because if you don't take the hook length off, you could be in serious trouble getting in a snag. The second thing is always try and get as close to the feature but without getting really snug up to it, because the closer you get to the feature, the less paying off the line you're going to have to do, and the easier it's going to be for you in that way. So that is one thing I will say. Make sure you do that, it will be a lot easier for you, but don't get too close that you end up going into the snag. And then, as I mentioned previously, when you do come short, just play a bit of a guessing game, don't peel off too much. And then always when you're casting, make sure you hit the clip nicely, don't belt it out and hit the clip really hard, because it's no good for your reel, it's no good for your line or your feeder. Just try and hit it nicely and then you'll get that nice little plop. And other than that, that is pretty much it. So I hope it did help you out. Let me know if it did. Post in the comments down below if you use a clip or you don't. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you lot have got. Get subscribed to the channel. I will be doing more tutorials throughout this channel. I do all sorts of different fishing videos, reviews, the lot, so hit the bell so you're notified when them videos do come out, and subscribe to my channel. It's free of charge. I always say it doesn't cost you a penny, and it really does help me out. Share this video around, and if you're fishing on or off a clip, have a good one.